again, Lion not making an appearance for good reason. We've seen what Secret used that Lion for, did some pretty good work, and certainly we're not seeing Vexed let that slide.
Interesting that it's Vexed that were the ones that did that. You'd think they'd want to be the ones that Lion you and push you, get you jackaled, capital you, same time. You know what I mean? But Barrage, are we going to see the Blackbeard ban again? This is what we expected from last match. It is.
Shock.
Wow. I'm so surprised, dummy. I'm so surprised.
I'm not.
As map as unpredictable as Consulate, you can predict him being done.
Pretty given at the moment with, you know, the kind of window play, and certainly I would say that Blackbeard provides a lot more of that kind of run-gun playstyle where you can play Blackbeard pretty aggressive, right up close in your face, very personal, wins those 1v1 gunfights that I'm sure Vex are kind of looking to bring to the table. Another ban, it's going to be Echo getting eliminated.
We've seen a lot of use from Echo in the last match. A lot. Maybe they've watched the match, don't we? Would you think they
I reckon these teams actually do watch the match.
You think?
Maybe. Might be something about that.
And the Clash. 2-1 speeds again. They're gone.
Yeah, Clash, certainly we didn't see that much play last matchup in Console. It didn't get banned, so it was available. Teams who didn't really want to bring that, which I'm quite surprised about. Looking at Consulate, very heavy close range, CQB, long corridors, excels for Clash. You know you have map control. You can really, like say for example, if you're going to go for the upstairs defense, you bring the Clash. Admin is always really going to be the kind of take that teams want to go for. You're a Clash, you just sit in admin, you give all the call-outs to your teammates, what window they're coming in from. That's pretty much what Clash does, just be annoying.
I feel like those windows are sort of your counter as Clash though. You can get a lot of info. You can also get Capital bolted, you could get Zephyr'd, you could get naded. It's tough. I feel like it's tough to play Clash on this map. If I'm Oregon, I'm in Laundry Basement. I'm pretty happy. No windows. Nice.
One way. Just one way.
Patch.
Yeah.
I have to look at. But yeah, we won't see Clash.
So, you do see the Doc being brought for the first time tonight. Doki has really put this more as a staple for himself. Doc has always been a big operator that he likes to go for. I'm expecting some spawn kills. If he's not doing spawn kills, I'll be disappointed in him.
I mean, we've got two ACOTs, so one was bad.
Yeah,
they thought, you know what, we'll take two. We'll just take the Doc anyway.
Especially whenever Maestro was banned last match as well. We didn't really get to see how that was going to be working out. So it's kind of been Maestro last match, now we get Echo being banned out. So we'll see really what Maestro brings to the table over those Echo drones.
I feel like they're sort of interchangeable. But what you could say is, Kiz is running the smokes, Willow's running the smokes. Maestro is better at countering smokes than Echo.
There's no Glass and Barrage.
Again. But do they have a Glass player? Are we thinking WizKid, the Glass main? Is that what we're thinking?
I think he's more of the Thermite kind of guy.
I think he loves Thermite. We're seeing a change in play here as well, don't we? Rendy.
Yeah, no Boogie. Boogie's gone. Rendy's in.
After we praised his performances last week on the Maestro.
Got a play of the week.
He did.
Well, look at Doki inside of the admin area. Kizza getting the tag. Excellent bit of knowledge being found out, but no, Kizza doesn't land the shots. Thought he was going to be crouch level. It would have been a definite headshot, but no, Doki stands up and only takes a bit of damage to the kneecaps. Feral does eliminate Willow as well, so that kind of logic bomb
be gone too.
Off the board, big kills. So Mirage not looking too good. We thought that was going to be a pretty early kill for them, but Doki lives to fight another day.
Does indeed. And we're seeing a similar thing to last match. Admin is to be taken. Doki is gone. The aggressive Doc, the Roman Doc, gone. Couldn't Doc himself. Too many angles.
Randy also using that soft reach that you do have with the skeleton key, more than likely going to be used on that kind of vertical paneling, but no, can be used to try and enter in through the top floor. So all of those roamers have decided to hightail it right back down to the bomb site, and just really, they've wasted time. They managed to get a kill from it. Sure, they got the trade out from it, but nonetheless, they've wasted a good chunk off the round, still half of it to go. And let's not forget that the players of Barrage also have to go ahead and drone out the majority of that mid floor as well, and make sure nothing is really lurking inside of that area as well. Kizza, he's going to be looking to see if he can drop on in and pick up a couple of kills for himself. Randy pushing on down, might come engagement with the bandit, but no.
Timing.
Zach, he gets the bear of that engagement. Randy, big death for him.
That bandit is free to do that as well with no pressure on the Thermite wall, no banner to get the hatches as well. It's looking very good for Vex. They've completely cut off Barrage, made them waste a lot of time here. They're going to try and collapse onto this Legion, the last remaining roamer in the bathroom.
Shady.
They do it.
Does eliminate.
They get the crossfire.
Yansu from Vexed. I think a face that we really haven't seen. I think it was usually Dearly was in that roster, but no, Yansu, he has been subbed in. So a lot of subs this match day, but we'll see if they can make any big impacts. Kizza does spot the bandit, so that's going to be a nice tag to see if they can finally finish off Zach. Kizza using that sidearm shotgun to see if he can pick any kills, and Wiz finally, with 25 seconds to go, just about opens up the wall, so this is going to be no time at all for Barrage. Even Kizza almost dies from a couple of shots. Vexed, another kill to his tally. Wiz does find one. See if Eri, he can go ahead and breach, but look at the players of Vexed just lurking, waiting for them. A free pincer push. Wiz just runs right past Zach. He doesn't even see him, but no, Jesus. Eliminates Wiz and Feral. Kill for him onto Kizza. Did Zach not see him run in?
I thought Feral was playing by the thermite wall. I'm very confused.
What? Okay then. That works, sure.
The tactical slow play. He didn't want to get peeked from yellow.
Just want to give Jesus a kill. He thought, Jesus, you get a kill. You haven't had one yet.
He deserves it. After all he's been through, Jesus. I mean, deserves it.
He does.
But regardless, that was a really good round by Vex. Really good round, but don't let them get in the thermite wall off with 10 seconds left. It's confuse you. That was a really good round by Vex. The pick of bottom floor first again. Consulate seems to be like that a lot. You can get an advantage just by, taking a dodgy bomb. People don't expect it still. No Habana for the hatches, even though they had main lobby control and piano control towards the end of the round. Just not enough time when you've only got a thermite. Nothing to execute with at all when you're just thermite. It's unfortunate.
So once again, the same lineup of the attackers will be brought by Barrage, and you can see there Vex, nothing really changing except that Pulse being brought in, and also I believe Legion has also made a new appearance. So Bandit has been dropped, so no Bandit, so you don't really need it that much for this particular bomb site. Really, you only brought the Bandit to just slap down those shockwire charges on that triple wall. We've seen it did cause Barrage a bit of problems there. It did take them a while to actually get rid of that, and really I would say currently inside of the meta, Thatcher has been non-existent. It really has fell off quite a bit. You look at even, Season 7, you always really seen Thatcher in that lineup. He was always there, always good for stuff, but really he's just been outshined. Teams have now valued that soft breach, and especially whenever a map like Consulate, that kind of bandit trick area is destructible from above, so that's why teams are then switching to, the Buck. Even the Jackal with the shotgun has been a very big option. It has certainly rose through the ranks. I always find that funny about Siege, just the way the meta just randomly shifts. You would never expect, 3 months down the line, oh yeah, Thatcher's now non-existent. Instead, Jackal shotgun's the thing.
The strange thing for me as well is, he's lost 2 games. I don't think Maverick's been banned, but he's not being taken. Maverick is good for every single attack on this map. There is clearly a reason you could take him every single bomb, but they still couldn't get the garage open because they can't get the bandits until they take all of that top control. If you're not confident and quick enough to clear out a team like Vexed, who are very aggressive, they're going to push you back when you're clearing a roam. Why wouldn't you take something like a Maverick? That's a free pick, potentially. Get the wall up early, puts you in a good place.
So, Barrage, they will try and establish this admin take like they always really have done, and straight away, Kizza does find the first blood. Finally, he managed to eliminate, the Doc. Last time it was Doki.
A different Doc.
This time it's Feral. It seems to be that really, only Doki can play that.
Maybe after being unable to see that thermite run in, he thought, you know what, I'll put the ACOG on. It did not work, though.
Telescope's not working out for him. But this will be the first bit of beachheading for Barrage. They've managed to enter their way in through the administration office and then in towards the break room as well. Maybe he can, use a bit of soft destruction with the skeleton key, try and really spot out anything that he can. Kizza still trying to find a couple of footprints, but really the only person that did enter in through the admin was the Doc. Everybody else, look at that shield placement. That's pretty interesting.
They have to be cautious as Pulse here as well. He's getting droned out now. That C4, we've seen it last game. That's lethal. There are some positions for that C4. It looks like it's going to be Kizza the one that's going to cover it, so we won't see him pushing forward to get any more footsteps unless he can scan them through the floor. Well, through the roof hatch, which I believe you can do now. It does go far enough.
It does. It goes very, very far. I think I've seen it from a hatch, through a floor, in for another hatch before.
Yeah, I feel like I've experienced it on ranked, where somebody decides, we'll just shotgun the floor and get footsteps a mile away.
Yeah, I think if you lie down, it does work, because that lie down animation kind of breaks a couple of meters. But look, Pulse from below, we've seen this a lot from the players of M&M last time. We've seen Procs play very, very big, and we'll see if Zach can kind of fill those shoes and kind of deny the plant from below. They are still a man down, so all of the advantage in favour of Barrage, and this is something that we talked about. Do not let Barrage have this kind of morale, this mentality to let them build up. Well, we did see the feat. Fires a couple of shots, make sure that Pulse cannot play down there as much as he can, and Willow finally lands the shots onto Zach, while everybody else from his team are going to start to breach the bomb site. Randy ready as that main entry fragger whiz. I'm sure we'll probably try and go for the plant. A couple of peeks come in. Jaeger playing so aggressive. Doki picks up one, but automatically the refrag comes in from Shady. 4 versus 2, but many members of Barrage are extremely low on the health. ADS does eat up a flashbang before it does get eliminated. We're going to actually see that Texan Dynamite on that hallway. Breaching wall, so it is going to have to force. Whoa, the shot coming in from Jesus does eliminate that Thermite charge and also eliminates Willow in the meantime. And here comes the pre-fire from that Alda. Eliminates the diffuser. All he has to do is wait and hide, and that's exactly what will be the case. Gurumine clutches it up for the players of Vexed, and somehow Jesus has pulled off a miracle and has managed to clutch up that round for his team. And Vex, well, they bounce back and take their first round inside of Consulate. Their second round inside Consulate, should I say, sorry.
Barrage have to be feeling bad about that. They had everything they needed. They were vitalitying Vex. Like you said, they can be slow, they can be methodical, don't let them do it. They didn't let themselves do it. They've pushed down the hallway. 2 of them have been peaked. The Thermite's been shot off the wall. They had a player yellow, and the Thermite wall got shot off from bathroom. I mean, it's unfortunate. Clearly some misplays there. The goo mine at the end of the round.
Goo mine clutched
the
it.
goo mine. How many times do you see that though? So often.
Yeah.
We're not seeing Doc here, by the way. We're seeing Rook on a third different player.
Seeing both.
Brilliant.
Double French. I love the double French.
We've got 3 cogs out. It is lobby. I mean, this is how you defend lobby on rank. You take a Valkyrie, you pick the cogs, and you get going.
Spawn peak question mark?
I mean, it's a possibility. Vex to spawn kill him.
Shock.
Questionable.
But we also do see the Valkyrie still being picked. We know how strong Valkyrie can be, especially if you can get it on one of those palm trees outside, then that can provide a lot of intel in towards the, that south side of the map. Even if you want to get one chucked over towards the garage, lets you know if anybody's going to try and push in through the console office, in for those upstairs B windows. Certainly Vexed, I'm sure they're going to try and defend upstairs as much as they can. It's just really common nature from that sense. More than likely going to try and get Jesus in with a couple of those evil eyes. If there is any smokes going down, he can then relay the information with those indestructible cameras and just give all of that intel to his team. And then the kind of, the tags from the smoke, wall bangs come in, smoke bangs come in, and really from there Vex just completely crush out the round in the final 9 seconds of Barrage, because that's kind of how Barrage plays, those final 9 seconds.
What I'm finding really weird right now is, especially as a goo mine has just won around, we're not seeing IQ, but we're seeing Dockerby. Who pushed the pulse last round? Dockerby. Not using their smokes. There's a Maestro in play that they chose not to ban. But why are they taking 4 smokes? They've already got Jackal smokes. IQ could be a very good pick here for them, especially with the Valks being thrown out, the spawn kills, the cogs. I mean, I think it's very strange from Barrage here.
Whenever you said something that you can't believe it's happening, I thought you were honestly going to say, I'm casting. So I thought you were going to say, because I know whenever you got hit with the message and you want to cast, you're like, don't know about that.
Well, I can believe it. Sometimes it's just natural talent.
Miracles,
I mean, you've had a very long time trying to build up some sort of talent, but some of us just haven't.
How am I getting ripped by this? And production's loving it. This is not good. This is supposed to be my home.
They pay for the hotel, so I'm just making sure we have good relations.
That's it. Make sure ESL is your friend.
But again, we're seeing admin push through once again.
So first kill in favour of Barrage. Once again, this is kind of how it started off, and this time it will be not Doc being eliminated, but his compatriot will be Rook going down, but straight away refrag coming in from Feral will eliminate Shady, but once again another kill coming out on the side of Barrage as Randy, he will push in, eliminate Yantsu as well. So the 2 new players, one of them do manage to fell the other. Willow does have that C75 and switched over from that SMG-12, which did get hit pretty hard on those recall changes, and maybe looking to see if he can find Doki, who is just lurking in that kind of back corner of Barrage's attack.
It looks very good for Barrage right now. As you say that, again, Doki, the aggressive play, but he gets picked. He gets picked. That could have been the round changer, but it looks very good for Barrage here. They got all the time in the world to do as much vitalitying as they want. The British vitality, but possibly. Possibly. But it is a very good start to round for them. They get another one, another flank in the 4v2. Feral trying as much as he can, but it's just not going to pan out for him.
Just the aggression from Vexed that they're going to try and establish is just being shut down every single time that they try to do so. Barrage, they know how to play Consulate pretty well, much more slower than what Vexed are going to try and establish. Jesus does go in and eliminates the planter, but does also get eliminated himself from Randy with the cover upstairs. Big round from the Buck, gives the cover, and that will be all she wrote for round number 3. Barrage, they do pull back their first round, but you have a bit of a fight coming in between Vexed and Barrage.
Very good round by Barrage. I feel like it was questionable for 2 people to flank Visa when 1 person on Barrage was dead. I feel like, I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like there was tags to let them know, because why else would they look? Why would 2 people peek it? We didn't see the same person on flank watch. We saw 2 of them. We saw Jackal kill 1 on flank watch and Buck kill 1 on flank watch. It is questionable to go again. I feel like yellow was clear. No, but nobody was pushing yellow. We had Buck above, Jackal Visa, Thermite planting 1 outside main door. Could have flanked up yellow.
So we will be moving into our downstairs defense once more for Vex. They did previously defend that, but because of the new objective rotation parameter, they did then have to at least play another 2 defensive bomb sites before they were allowed back downstairs. And like you did say, it was the upstairs, and then they were forced to that mid floor. No split bomb site yet inside of this matchup, but early days still to go. I'm not really expecting either of these teams to even go for the split bomb site. I think that Vex, they just don't have the strats ready for that. We know that they're not really the more strat-heavy lineup inside of the Prem. They're more adapt, run-and-gun kind of playstyle. Barrage, they know they need to get as many points as they can, so they're not going to try and go for anything risky. They're not going to try and go for that kind of split bomb site. More than likely, just the bomb sites that they're happy with. Just the top floor and downstairs, really, I would expect from them. But still can go either way. If Vex keep letting Barrage just build up so much morale and that kind of mentality factor where they know, yeah, we can push and hunt these roamers extremely well, things just crumble on the side of Vex.
I feel like it is very strange again though by Barrage not to take the Habana. The Dokkaebi that I was saying wasn't really doing anything has been changed for the Sledge, but still, no Habana. When you're pushing bottom floor, all the hatches are closed, no Maverick, no Thatcher. It's questionable. I feel like Barrage are really confident in their roam push here, but Vex, they're a very good team roaming. On the fly, they can pick you up.
Talking about picking them off, Kizza, he once again eliminates
Toki.
There's 4 roamers. Well, there was 4 roamers. There's 3 roamers on the side of Vex at this stage. What aggressive play from Vex, and they do get punished for it once again. I am not surprised that, you know, they were not ready for that. It's the exact same window that Kizza has went for twice on this admin take. They just went there, cracked up the window, Tide came in, they got the kill. The exact same thing what happened last time, and once more, drones coming in, Barrage, an extremely heavy drone attack team. You know, they want to know as much info as they can and then kind of utilize that to the best of their ability, and that's exactly what they will do. Shiri, another kill for Barrage onto Yanzu, and Kizza trying to pick another one for himself, but Randy swings on an excellent headshot onto Zach, but Feral, here's the swing in, eliminates Kizza. Using a hollow, not the dog. See if he can do any damage with it, but Randy open up right behind him and will potentially try and get the pinch. And it will be the pinch being established, and finally, Feral, he will fall. Randy, a kill for him, another kill for him, and all down to Jesus. So that heavy roam game trying to be established from Vex has just crumbled like we just talked about.
That was 4 roamers top floor. At that point, do you not think, you know what, let's just take Maverick, let's take Thatcher, let's get the wall up.
Look at Maestro, he's upstairs as well.
Member is going top. All 5 died top floor on a garage defender.
Barrage didn't even go to the mid floor. It was every single bit of action was
I don't think mid floor or garage were even droned. They probably thought they were attacking top floor at that point.
They probably thought they were defending top floor.
I mean, all the flanks.
Well, what can you say? Vex just throwing away.
Speaking about defending top floor, Vex are now going to go to the top floor. They're not feeling garage anymore.
No.
That bottom floor's not for them.
Imagine if then we just see Vex just all defend roam downstairs. They just start roaming.
If I see 5 Vex members bottom floor, the cast is over, I'm afraid. That's my first and last.
But hopefully we'll see if they can do some damage. Hopefully they're going to see a bit more better work on the side of Vex. Certainly, Barrage, they have looked very strong in their attacks. Their drone placements, their clearing out the roamers has been very, very strong. Can they continue that mentality? and see them through and have that little small advantage moving in to that halftime switches. This will be the last defensive round for Vexed.
I think it's going to be a different intent to try and hold this top floor bomb this time. We're not seeing the pulse at all. We're not seeing a Valkyrie either. I think it's going to be a lot heavier on-site, which sounds weird for Vexed. I mean, they couldn't get any further off-site, but the mirror being played top floor then, is that what are you thinking?
I can see it. Personally, I know that teams do not like mirror. Teams think that, you know, mirror is just absolutely completely useless on a map like Consulate. I like the top floor mirror. I think it does bring a lot more of that anchor stability, especially with that mirror window inside of admin. It's a very big mirror window. It really shuts down the majority of those admin pushes. It makes the attackers work to actually take that admin, makes them use more utility. Probably they're going to lose a couple of players inside of gunfights as well. That other mirror window inside of B is kind of that safety net for a lot of defenders.
They're doing the half mirror.
Yeah, I see that. That's a bit of a... It's a new one. Of course,
the
it's something
for me with the admin mirror is I feel like people stop doing it because you can shoot it through the door frames, the window and the door frames. You can pop it without even peeking it. So I feel like if Barrage know, what, they don't even need to. Doki's dead first again. I feel like that's the third entry death of his.
I'd love to see his open deaths after this.
I mean, it's lovely stuff by Willow. On the Dockerby still, they picked the same 5 again. The only thing that's been changed once is Willow on Sledge, and he's no stranger to a bit of Sledge.
No, typically Thatcher was always really his kind of go-to operator, but since then, you know, we talked about Thatcher. This really isn't inside of, you know, the kind of operator pool that we kind of classify as, you know, really big top tier, A tier, S tier operators. More falls under that kind of B tier, where yeah, he's there if a team wants to pick him. Not the best one, but certainly still has his advantages. Can get rid of a lot of gadgets very easily. Talking about getting rid of things easily, Jesus, he will eliminate Shady, as he did try and rotate on up in towards that yellow stairs area and did get caught out from below using, you know, those couple of shotgun holes that he did make himself. Actually will be shot. That Bandit, very risky play, eliminates that Thermite charge, and Willow also another kill for him on the windows, but straight away Feral has the refrag, so it goes in the
mirror flank.
Whoa,
bottom floor.
I thought he was inside the bomb
still
site.
On a drone. Thermite's still on the drone.
Oh, this is going to end disastrous. C4 gets tossed up. Does he get one? No, he doesn't even get one.
Thermite's still on the drone. What is going on?
Oh dear, everything just came crumbling down, and somehow Barrage, they managed to come away with the man advantage after that just horrific display. Wiz just in the midst of that, still on his drone. Yansu up to him to see if he can try and clutch this up against 2 players of Barrage, Randy and Kiza. Randy will do the smart thing, still has a minute to go, goes for the drone. Yansu, I think he is possibly scared that they may already be inside the bomb site, but that wall was never actually opened up. See if he can move his way in towards the B. Actually was left soft, and he will manage to get the down and kill, but Randy swings on in. Somehow Barrage, they have managed to secure that round win after a very, very comedic round.
Wow, I don't even know what to say. I think that was the 5th different dock we've seen there with Yansu, by the way. That is an interesting one. The mirror actually went bottom floor after we joked about it. And Thermite didn't come off the drone. I am amazed that Thermite was on that drone for that long. You have to think, where are the comms? What is going on at that point? He's left the C4 up the stairs.
Wiz was just there. I'm pretty sure even Mirror started shooting bullets as well. Wiz still in the drone, just there. Just droning away.
Like when you're a Thermite, you have to drone. It's as simple as that. I mean, if you don't drone, you get blamed. Wiz is making a statement there. But Barrage, they come back from 2 rounds down, up to 3-2.
So it will then be the switch. We're going to see Vexed going for these attacks. This is kind of where Vexed thrive.
A sick dock,
yeah,
by the way.
Another teams are really favouring the dock and Consulate. We didn't see this at all on our previous matchup between Guidance and M&M, but certainly teams favouring these kind of more heavy anchor positions. Maybe because Echo's on, that kind of fills the void. You know, Doc, Rook and Echo are all very, very comparable. Heavy guys with essentially same guns. The only difference that Echo has a suppressor. That's the difference. So certainly having Doc to kind of fill that more heavy role. Yeah, I agree with that play. I
feel like we're seeing a clear difference in game style here, by the way. We're seeing 3 free speeds from Vexed. We're seeing the Buck, just the lone Thermite on the support. We're actually seeing Thermite and Habana, though, is the difference here. They were expecting the bottom floor. They thought Barrage were going to outplay them. They've been double outplayed. They've been outbluffed by their own bluff.
Mind games, just Unbelievable.
Yeah, no jackal. There's not really anything here to execute on this bomb. I feel like this is just going to be straight up frags from Vexed, unless they use those grenades incredibly well from Feral. I think this is going to be all frags.
More than likely it'll just be Yanzu sitting there droning for about 4 fraggers, and then they'll just throw themselves in bodies after bodies. They'll somehow come away with it because of the refrag potential that Vex just kind of overwhelm whoever they're attacking. Sure, somebody may die, but straight away refrags come in. And then really because, you know, the aggressive nature of Vex, they do manage to get some of these early picks, and especially in a window game where there's lots of windows, you may not be ready for, you know, the quick repel up bash to window, you die. Especially over, you know, on towards that that south side, that connector window. Sometimes a free speed rushes straight for spawn, repels up, bashes the window, kills somebody doing prep inside connector. That happens.
It happens all the time. All the time. But we're not going to see that from Doki this time on the free speed. He's still outside flashing the ADS. It's like a good teammate. Where we saw the nades fly in last round. This time there is going to be a ninja. And he's already there to refrag. He has literally stolen the ninja from that grenade.
Yeah, Jesus, just nicking that kill for himself. It was a good time nade from Feral. Willow downstairs trying to see if he can do any damage on a potential late rotate in through the yellow stairs and a potential run out. I'm sure that Vex are going to be ready for it. They're still, even though they don't have the strats, they don't have that kind of, you know, the in-depth practice, they still know how to play the game. They're still smart players. You know, Feral, he's an analyst of G2. He knows the game inside and out, but they're not going to... I just talked about it, and they let it happen. Willow gets the run out onto Zach, shoots the Claymore, and nobody there for the refrag.
I'm very intrigued by this bandit pick, by the way. We've seen one shockwire been placed. This is it. Like, this is the new meta now. We take bandit C4. We don't put shockwires down. Yeah, we pick 6 dots.
You know, he likes the MP7.
He does like the MP7. You're completely right.
Yansu kill for him.
On the dock, going to be taken down. Oh, the frags. We said it.
That's it. Doki just cleans up.
Stays alive.
That was
clean up the round.
That was a very lackluster round. We were just casually talking about the MP7. All of a sudden, everybody's dead. That happens sometimes in Siege, where it takes 5 seconds and everybody is just died within half the round.
We did say it was going to be that from Vex. They're just going to collapse on frags and frags only. It works out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
So this is where it kind of gets scary for Barrage. We know that Barrage, their attacks are very methodical, very slow. It really counters the kind of play style that the players of Vex want to go for with the heavy roam game. We see that the players of Barrage, they countered to that. They brought the Jackal primarily to try and stop that roam game from happening. But then if you flip it, Vexed, who looks so much more scarier on the attack, they kind of have all the control of where they want to push from. They have these more aggressive operators. You know, you have Ash, IQ, Habana, Buck. Really, really heavy frag potential from that. And then Barrage, who we know that they're not as strong on defense, but if Vexed do give Barrage enough time to let them set up and let them sit back ready to have these crossfires and angles established, then that's where Barrage really comes into that kind of, yeah, they know how to play, they know how to set up, they get their refrags in. But whenever Vexed are playing so aggressive in this quick nature playstyle, it just completely crumbles the defensive Barrage.
I feel like against a team like Vex, as much as they're super aggressive, you kind of know you can do these sort of ranked run-out things on them because you know they're not going to sit outside and watch it. If I'm thinking, is Doki going to sit outside and watch a run-out? Probably not. I can probably run out. I feel like Willow took huge advantage of that, but by the time he's got back upstairs,
everybody's dead.
Everyone's dead. He's just admiring his MP7, much like us, and then it's all gone.
Boom. Dead. But we'll see how the upstairs, once again, does hold out for the players of Barrage. Willow still taking that bandit, really an operator that we do see on Consulate, not so much for this top floor, more for the downstairs basement to go for the bandit trick. So certainly we're kind of expecting Willow to at least do some damage with the MP7. If he's going to force an operator with a good gun over an operator which has better utility, then he needs to make it count.
I feel like we just seen there as well from Vex, all 5 drones were admin and Visa side. I think it's going to be an admin take. If I had to guess them, instead of the quick yellow rush that they attempted last time, but they're very unlucky as well. They could have easily won that attack. Well, we'll see.
Nobody really from Barrage ready to actually hold inside the admin. They're more playing out in towards that vending machine, in towards the copy room. Wiz just on a basic camera. They're not even shooting out the basic cameras at this stage. Bit of a misplay there on the side of Vexed. Yeah, I don't know why they're not shooting out the camera. If that actually does stick and somehow he gets killed from that, I'll be very disappointed in Vexed. I did say, yeah, they're smart players, they know how to play the game.
It was such a weird round. The fact that Barrage just let Vexed vex them. Like, they didn't push, they didn't hold admin, didn't even try and stop it. Vexed rushing through admin, get, I believe, 2 or 3 kills. It's a 4v2, and all of a sudden, it gets pulled back out of nowhere. Vexed just overpeak, like maybe you'd expect. And then when it's a 2v2, they don't even adapt to the situation. At that point, I think you have to know if there's a Valk below, you can't plant in it. Your plan has to be, you have to try and plant B. So you've got to try and get rid of that Maestro. That's your only play. But they didn't try it.
Another thing about Vexed is, sure, they're aggressive, they know how to win the gunfights, but they're not too good in getting rid of utility. They didn't get rid of Valkyrie cameras. They didn't get rid of the Maestro camera, which gave all of the intel that Kizza needed to know to go for the
spawn camera.
Didn't get rid of spawn camera as well. Just the basics, the utility denial isn't being established by Vex. You know, they have Doki with the Ash Launcher. Easily can get rid of any Maestro cameras. Even Feral can get a couple of frag grenades to get rid of that. They have an IQ and they're not getting rid of Valkyrie cameras. Makes no sense. Why bring the IQ if you're not going to use the utility that she brings to the table?
I mean, it goes to show it costs you. From Barrage, we were seeing a Dokkaebi pushing the pulse. This time we have an IQ. She's not even getting utility. Poor Willow on Dokkaebi, forcing himself to get rid of pulses. And IQs are not even bothered about getting Valk cameras or spawn cameras. It's an interesting one.
We'll see what damage IQ can do. Once again, we're seeing Maestro cameras being brought, as well as the Black Eyes, but a bit of a different one. We're going to be seeing Shady on the Vigil, so more of a roam game being adapted by the players of Barrage. I'm sure they'll just more than likely play him just by himself, waste as much time as they can with the Vigil, really waste utility, waste drones, anything they can, and really salvage from it. Already, Shady getting tagged up very heavily by a player on the window and has had to fall back quite deep in towards that top floor bomb site. He was joined momentarily by Randy. I'm not sure if he's going to stick it up there or will decide to go for the rotate. Once again, just the complete swarm of players coming in from the side of Vexed.
Again, I thought Barrage were going to be a lot more aggressive on admin. They've taken the Jaeger, they've taken the Vigil, they thought, you know what, we're going to hold admin. A couple shots going through the admin windows. You know what, boys? So whole console, don't worry about it, it's not important. We now see a Vigil hiding in a bar from a Jaeger hiding console, getting naded as well. They're both very lit in this top floor. Are we seeing anyone even rotating up yellow to help them here? It looks like it's just the 2 roamers on their own. Nobody's coming up yellow to help them, even though there's no control on yellow. It is a weird decision by Barrage not to try and help here.
Fragner getting cooked and it will land its target on to Shady, cooks him inside of the bathroom. Doki, kill for him onto Willow. We've seen the attempted flank come in to try and assist.
Spiral stairs,
by the spiral just doesn't work. Randy by himself gets one for his troubles, but really for how long can he survive? Not too long. Shots start rattling in.
Go huge here.
Randy tries to peek up and down, but straight away.
It's unfortunate.
Gets picked up, put right back down on his behind, and down then to Kizza and Wiz to see if they can clutch up. Wiz, I don't think will do that much compared to what he would do on the top floor with the C4, but who knows? We'll see really how the round plays out. Still plenty of time for Vex, still has Feral alive with the Skeleton Key, and nothing too good for Barrage.
The strange thing here is that Barrage didn't even take Bandit, and the Thermite wall still is enough. Thermite is still pushing roamers, even though they don't even need to push the roamers. There's no Bandit. It's an interesting play, but there's only 55 seconds left regardless. We're sat in the 4v2. It's going to be a tough one for Barrage, however you look at it. They've probably got intel. The bottom floor's not been taken out for the cameras.
Barrage.
This is a free C4 from Wiz if he wants it. Kizza is behind him in the blue tunnel.
This is the last place that the players of Vex would want to think about where the Maestro would be. This could potentially be a double kill on the side of Barrage. Wiz just in a horrific position. Deagle comes out, but straight away Feral will shut him down. Really needed to make that kill because it does leave Kizza in a very awkward position. Not even inside the bomb site. A potential flank, an absolute devastation off the round is no longer going to be in effect. Kizza, as soon as he gets a kill, doesn't even get a kill. Feral will be there. Big plays from the Buck, and we square it off to 4 rounds apiece, and we will at least be guaranteed all 10 rounds, or the first all 10 rounds of the day. And whoever wins this round, they at least secure themselves a point and could potentially go on to take all 3.
I think that has to be the strangest last 20 seconds I've ever seen. Surely Wiz is coming aggressively to Kizza. Help me on my hallway, please. I hear like 3 of them punching Bob. Help, help, help. Kizza rotates archives. He's too scared to peek them. I feel like this is the story of Barrage, really. They're getting scared of Vex.
They're like wind and rain. They're like wind and rain.
They're getting a bit wind and rainy on defense.
Xbox. That's my excuse. I think Xbox players are still a little bit too passive.
A little bit worried.
For my liking. I think they definitely still need to front up and say, yeah, we're just as good as these PC teams. And at the moment, Barrage, they are going toe-to-toe with Vexed, the team which has all of this PC experience of, you know, being there, won I don't know how many Go4s. They have that experience inside of, you know, playing regularly every single week inside of ESL. Barrage, they don't really have that same kind of sense of, yeah, we play ESL every week. They're all about, you know, the scrims, and Barrage definitely looking a lot better than what we have seen in previous weeks, or maybe Vex just not being the team that we really hyped up during the start of the season.
But like, it has to be said as well, Barrage give everybody a good game. Regardless, they give everybody a good game. We are actually going to see the Bandit this time for the Garage, which is probably a good, sensible decision, regardless of if Vex actually want to get the Garage or not, which they could have done in that 4v2. Thermite was still alive, but they pushed the back without droning it. It's interesting. I feel like there's opportunities here for Barrage, and we know that they like to take opportunities with poor droning. Willow showed it. Where are these opportunities? Are they too scared?
I think so. I honestly think that Barrage are just letting Vex do what Vex want, and if you let Vex just play the way they want to and they really pressure you, have that run and gun play style, once they build up momentum, that's one thing about these aggressive teams, is once you get, you know, Doki fragging and Feral fragging, that becomes terrifying for you as a defender. You just don't want to challenge anybody, and especially whenever Doki is on Ashe. Ashe, I think everybody knows at this stage how strong that operator is. Or 4C with ACOG, no recoil, massive rate of fire, can melt anybody in seconds. Starts to become pretty worrisome for the players of Barrage.
We're seeing a completely different run from Barrage here as well. They're actually controlling yellow this time. They're jumping out, they're looking aggressive. I mean, it's sort of all... nothing's happening right now.
No, this time it seems to be that Vex are going to go for more of a slow, methodical play, which is very, very surprising.
You say that as Ashe is just stood in yellow shooting
walking
the bandits
down the stairs, yeah.
without a drone on it.
So I would imagine that the wall is going to be opened up momentarily, which is something that we didn't see in Willow. Something that we didn't see from him was the Bandit C4 finally lands the kill on a massive one onto Buck.
Buck gone.
Big
the soft breach is gone. Unless Doki is deciding to use his utility above.
Don't think so.
Which he's not about to do. No, he's not about to do that at all. So the Buck pick is huge. No vertical play here for Vexed.
Still half the round to go for Barrage to try and hold out as much as they can. Doki wins that gunfight against Shady. This is the thing about Doki. Whenever he starts hitting the shots, he becomes terrifying. Zach, kill for him onto Randy. All of a sudden, Barrage, they are on the back foot. I believe Zach, he might have got like just the wallbang kill with the pistol, just running about with the sensor, trying to see what he can find, and somehow manages to land a kill from it. Willow still in behind White Van. The hatch hasn't been open, so it allows him to sit here. Quite surprising.
Even with Habana and Thermite, there's no roamers right now. There's no reason why they can't get this hatch. They've just chosen not to do it. Again, it's like you said, the choice of utility, but still, they're getting the kills. Doki goes insane. That's 3 for him this round on that staircase. Finally gets picked off by Kizza. He's now stuck in the 1v3 in the blue hallway again, nonetheless.
So Kizza down to him inside of this 1v3. Diffuser gets planted, almost got the wall bang, but just barely. Jesus just slides away from that. Constant tags coming in from those Maestro cameras. Kizza just walks on right past, sees one for his troubles, but really this is one of the hardest clutches you can ever perform as a defender, is trying to first of all attack both of these attackers outside of the garage wall, and also trying to defend very sneakily just isn't a thing. Sees the head, goes for a couple of taps, so quite smartly Vex lying down, holding the angles, and Kizza, once he runs out, he is dead. That will be the case. Zach, he picks up that kill, and Vex, well, they do secure a point for themselves, so they will still not take a draw or a loss with inside of the Prem. They will at least secure a draw, and potentially they could go on to take all 3 points against Barrage and go joint with Secret.
I am shocked that Kizza did not try to defuse that. I don't know if you saw where the diffuser was, but that was not planted behind White Van. That was to the side of it. The player miles back couldn't see it. He would have heard the IQ running. It's unfortunate. I mean, sometimes you got to try and bait that. Sometimes you got to go for the kills. I don't think as a 1-speed, I'm running out of the garage to try and get kills. I'd probably try something just different. Try and bait a defuse, but...
And you're heavy. You can maybe tank a couple more shots to let you have that extra second.
100%. He would 100% here's the person pushing him as well in that situation.
And also whenever, you know, if you hear somebody running, Maestro can very quickly stop the defuse, and that hip fire accuracy is very good in those kind of scenarios.
Firing as well. I mean, we've seen that last week through the Oregon hatch. You can keep hip firing.
That's probably my favourite clip of the week. And we have had some pretty good clips of the week so far. I would definitely say that we could talk
on this
about.
map in that window.
Yeah, that was good.
I mean, that's going to be played a few times by him today, I think.
So, Barrage, they do have one final hurrah to at least salvage a point from this. Really, Barrage, where they're kind of in that hot seat of potentially that 7th and 8th position. Wind and Rain still dead last at the moment. Horizon still yet to play. So, certainly Barrage, if they do manage to salve a point, that's very, very strong for them. It puts them then 2 points ahead of Wind and Rain, and then they can really look forward and keep pushing. And whenever every point matters, even the draws inside of this league format, that could come in to be the decisive factor that will potentially let them get playoffs or not. If they, you know, work on what they've done so far, which has been a very good showing from Barrage, if not their best showing that we've seen this season, then yeah, I would say the Barrage are very happy, and they're just building from strength to strength, which is, that's what it's all about as Prem, is just seeing teams develop and perform so big. You know, perfect example of your team last season. We've seen you guys not do so good inside the regular season. You turn the LAN and you get third.
Thankfully, we played a bad team in the third place.
Ooh, shots fired.
They're doing well in Prem, on PC.
Are they,
but either way, regardless of that, we're going to see Barrage deciding to take the Bandit for the top floor this time, despite not wanting to take it for the bottom floor. So an interesting one there. Vexed, same operators again for, I think, the 5th round in a row.
Yeah, no real difference for Vex. It's been the same lineup, just these aggressive operators, and of course Buck always being that ever so present aggressive operator. Willow does have to be careful. He could get fragged from that top of the kind of reinforced, but no, just the peek from Doki does eliminate Willow. Things are slowly falling apart for Barrage, and this is, I think, a very quick round for Vex.
I'm really disappointed by that, to be honest with you. The way that they're not even trying to hold admin at all. Like, ever. They know exactly where Vex are going to push every single time. Not even trying to play the Verk. They have the camera here, and they're still not trying to play vertically on it, despite having a C4, anything like that. I mean, I just feel like Barrage could be doing more. But Kizza and Shady, the tides have turned them.
Yeah, it certainly has bounced back, but right back into the caster's curse. Never say, oh, it's looking good, and all of a sudden things just go very bad. That's what happens with our caster curse, as always. Kizza in a very good position. Maestro Crammer setup can really lock down the majority of this main corridor, and also if potentially Yanzu wants to go for that kind of risky Thermite charge, which we have seen him do before, then that should be an easy kill. But Kizza just has this amazing angle that is played so well by an ACOG, but of course Feral always aware.
I believe that the diffuser is down in A as well. The Kizza.
Feral? What are you doing?
Surely he has to know. Kizza's got so many kills from it. Shady, it's looking good for Barrage. It's Yanzu in the 1v3. He has to make something happen. The bomb is down in A. There's a Valkyrie below. You have Shady connector. Maestro with the pixel angle. What does he do? I don't know.
What can he do? Clutch up? That would kind of be what he needs to do, but I don't see that happening. Barrage, they might actually pull off the draw against Vexed and send Vexed on level terms with M&M with another draw for them, and that'll be all she wrote possibly, but no, Yanzu picks up one, but Kizza, he will have the final blow, and Barrage, they salvage the draw against the players of Vexed, and wow, what a matchup. Kizza, 12 kills for him. Feral on the 13, and we do have our first draw of the night. We've had a draw every single week, and of course this week is no exception. What a matchup. Definitely a lot of big things to take away from that. Big plays. We've seen some players do absolute insane. Well, that was very, very interesting.
I mean, it was an interesting one. I feel like there were a lot of mistakes on both teams. I think a draw's deserved for both teams.
Yeah, it was close. I thought it would have been, you know, nudged into Vex's favour just because Vexed have very, you know, aggressive in their play styles, but certainly I think Vexed not the team we hyped up in the pre-season. Definitely
maybe not on Consulate. On the other maps, I think it suited them a lot more, but Barrage here could just, he could Vitality, like we said. Kizza could just hold that ACOG angle and they would just peek him over and over. They didn't try and smoke plant, they didn't try and rotate anybody to bathroom window despite him playing there every single round. Nobody went to yellow to stop him. Nobody repelled on console to stop him. I feel like there were a lot of mistakes and Vex maybe just not entirely thinking about what they're doing. But Barrage, in terms of just their setup as well, they're making so many mistakes. They're even trying to contest admin for even a little bit. Just stick an ACOG there. Just shoot some pixels, scare them off for a little bit. A C4 below, when you have the Visa camera and you have a Valkyrie, and you know they're not shooting cameras, they're not, you know, I feel like there were a lot of missed opportunities of both teams, namely Kizza in the back hallway. That scared me.
This is questionable. I think you may have to go back and watch that a couple of times. I think it's controller disconnected, if I'm honest. It's controller disconnected. It's controller disconnected. Yes. Indeed. I think, honestly, I know that we discussed about, Maestro being let through, Echo being banned in this circumstance, Maestro. Both Jesus and Kizza had such an impact, not just with the cameras, but the ALDA really showing why Maestro was such a strong operator currently inside a Consulate.